Hello everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of April 16th through April 22nd, 2023. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International best-selling book, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel, which, by the way, is the sequel to my other #1 Amazon International bestseller, One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. I'd like to welcome my loyal subscribers, my followers. It's lovely to be in your energies once more, and thank you so much for recommending and referring, liking, sharing, and subscribing, of course, to my YouTube channel. It helps it to grow. And for those who are new to the Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel, let me share a little bit about myself. Through my full-time business, Angel Healing House, which I created 20 years ago in 2003. I am a Reiki master teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world. I'm also a clairvoyant, intuitive, psychic tarot card reader. I also do past life healings and also those ancestral clearings as well. And I also do wonderful, transformative, re-energizing, recharging Reiki sessions, either here in my beautiful office in Santa Monica, California, or online through distant healing anywhere in the world. I've been offering my free content for the past 12 years, and I love to hear from people how they are affected by the messages from the Posse of Angels and myself. And this viewer wrote, I have been watching you religiously for several months now because your readings fell right into my path. On February the 18th, I left my husband of 29 years, and on March 6th, I closed on my new townhouse where I am living. I couldn't be happier. During those several months leading up to my departure, so much of what you said in your readings helped me validate where I was and what I was doing. It was like an extra dose of confidence. So thank you for offering your videos once a week, because they really do help people like me to understand what's going on astrologically, energetically, and as life guidance. Although I am a shaman and I have many spirit allies and human soul tribe members, your unique gift was very precious to me during these past few months. Thank you for sharing your blessed gift. And that comes from Angela in the USA. If you'd like to book any of my services, please do phone me at Angel Healing House. That number is 831-277-3716. And remember, that is Pacific Standard Time. Or you can visit my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. I'd like to remind everyone that my wonderful guided angel meditation, Letting Go of Concerns and Living in the Now, is now available on MP3. It's available for immediate download to your devices and is exclusively available on my Angel Healing House website for only $11.11. Download this heavenly MP3 exclusively at angelhealinghouse.com. And also a big thank you goes out to those people who have made donations for my free content. Perhaps you've gotten clarity, direction, and felt that you have gotten the guidance and the confidence needed to live just a beautiful heaven on earth existence for yourself. I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below, along with all my contact details. Now here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we do pull oracle cards, tarot cards, but before that, we look into the heavens to see how the astrological aspects will be affecting all of us. As we approach this April 15th today, halfway point of the month. Oh, and the posse of angels are singing and reminding everybody. They're saying 30 days has September, April, June, and November. They're reminding us that April does have 30 days. This month's energies are going to help those who wish to go deeper into their evolutionary path by offering us the strength to continue and stay connected with our higher self, to receive guidance about how to navigate this new transformative timeline that we are entering. This strengthening of our spiritual practices is particularly important at this time, as there'll be more and more revelations and disclosures of darkness on the planet. And there are some out there who say that there even may be arrests of those who sought to harm humanity. And it is of great importance that we do not allow our energies to be diminished by the dismantling of the dark on our beloved planet that is now being restored to light. As the energies invite us to do so, it is time for us to focus on the self-remembering of who we are. What is our unique mission as an individualized aspect of the collective, creating unity and becoming the natural leaders and way showers that we truly are? But many are just beginning to uncover the magnificence of their divine lineage. For many, this means their galactic heritage and their galactic ancestry. April is a wonderful season for us to focus on conscious creation, bringing forth our new desires, a time to be reborn, just like nature in the springtime, as everything is being given birth to a new way of existing, and so are we. April's energies are helping us to physically bring forth and create what we have envisaged within. In fact, April is the seed of what will develop and what will blossom into the following months. This is a wonderful time for nourishment and rejuvenation, so that all which we will give birth to comes from solely a place of purity, unity, and a loving space. Now, yesterday, on April 14th, we had Saturn, and Saturn is the hard taskmaster planet, or the Lord of Karma, and it was sextiling our North Node. Now, a sextile placement is one of a sweeter, calmer aspect between planets. And the North Node is the point of our destiny that we continue to follow throughout our life. This frequency is helping those who are truly ready to ground more aspects of their soul mission into their physical reality, and it will help them receive more guidance about their soul's purpose. For there are many who are already in this process of consciously unveiling more about their cosmic heritage and the many, many missions they have fulfilled in other incarnations, and the one they've been assigned to during this present lifetime. Now, for others, this process of knowing more about their human mission will come when they will be ready to fully understand who they truly are. Now, there are many precious souls out there who are passing at the moment, as they are truly not ready yet to know their heritage and where they come from. And the posse of angels is sharing that no amount of us good-heartedly sharing information with others will get someone to awaken to their origins, as their own inner work will be the only thing that will help them to be ready to receive this knowledge about who they are and what they're meant to be doing here on planet Earth at this time. Now, this aspect of Saturn, again the Lord of Karma, sextiling our destiny, the North Node, is asking us to move out of our comfort zone, which is necessary if we really do desire to step into our new destined path. to leave behind all of our fears and doubts, and leave behind everything that is impeding us to evolve and expand into new horizons. Now the posse of angels, here they come, here we come, and is sharing that as of yet, many of our paths may not be known. But even though we don't know what that journey will look like, it's calling for us to stop procrastinating, stand tall, embrace what that journey will look like, and to action what we know that we came here to do and also to be. And if we need some fiery determination and some get up and go, on April 20th, we have a new moon total solar eclipse in Aries, and this one will be a doozy. This total solar eclipse is occurring at what is known as the fate or destined degree, and it signifies a major transformation, and many will be experiencing not only the conclusion of their personal cycle, but the enlightenment, the lighting up of their new path. And the posse of angels is sharing that on a conscious collective level, this one will reveal many, many truths. This is a time of no more half-truths. This is a time of no more half-lies, exposing the corruption and deception and the participating people who participated willingly and knowingly to harm humanity. Now also on April 20th, the sun moves into the earthly sign of Taurus. Happy early birthday to all you lovely bulls out there. Taurus, the second sign on the zodiac wheel, is ruled by Venus and offers us the gift to create our heaven on earth, connecting with nature and enjoying our physical creations. With Taurus comes our second initiation into a deeper knowledge of how to manifest our desires from an energetic plane into our dense physical world. It'll be teaching us our new lesson within the wheel of life, which is to master ourselves and the endless art of bringing things from our from our inner world into our human world. Taurus is indeed a sign that likes to see the rewards of all of its hard efforts. It invites us now to pay more attention to earthly matters, as they are the materialization of that which sustains us in our lives, things like money, our homes, and our material possessions. It's a time to create and bring forth new desires now that we are about to enter into May. And somebody in the posse of angels is saying, you're not thinking big enough. You're not dreaming big enough. You're not visualizing your life big enough. A time to be reborn, a time to give birth to a new way of existing, just as nature is doing. With the zodiac moving from Aries to Taurus, we'll feel an urge to move forward and master bringing those inner dreams into the physical. This eclipse will reinforce the importance of working on ourselves, removing what is no longer serving us through the proper purification and restoration required to start new. It's the time to end those Saturn karmic contracts and release all that has been fulfilled, again, as we no longer need to keep it in our life's experience or those people, and begin to resurrect as powerful, sovereign, multidimensional, divine beings. We'll have plenty of time to ponder on this, as the very next day, after the eclipse and when Aries goes in, the sun goes from Aries into Taurus, the very next day, we have, drum roll please, we have a Mercury retrograde. And this is the first retrograde of 2023. So those people who dread Mercury retrograde, we haven't really been hard done by. But I love Mercury retrograde. It is a time to slow down, reflect, review, re-edit our lives, and prepare always for the new coming in after Mercury goes forward, opening the doors for amazing things to manifest in May and into these summer months. Oh, here in the Northern Hemisphere, which is June, July, and August. Of course, in the Southern, that is the winter. But April is truly the beginning, as many have felt like they have been in a void, wrapping up endings of our old karmic paths. If you have felt like you have been waiting, if you have felt like, oh gosh, I sense something new on the horizon, but I'm still waiting, this is a time of wrapping up those karmic endings. But now what we'll be doing is rebooting ourselves at all levels, choosing to initiate those paths. As April progresses, I really do look forward to finding out more about the physical, tangible manifestations of our new beginnings. And speaking about our galactic heritage and our ancestry, speaking about that, the Posse of Angels wish to begin their messages today with this deck, the Star Seed Oracle. And the first card that is coming out for us, as I chose cards before, was this card. Actually, two cards came out. And the first card was wait. It's not yet time. Okay, so just wait. This one is especially relevant as we are now in this pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde, with many feeling the slowdown occurring in their lives. Now, the Posse of Angels, well, they're reminding us that when guidance doesn't come immediately, it can feel as if something is wrong. It feels as if something has gone wrong or something is off, but they are assuring us that not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. For when we ask for guidance and we don't receive it, the universe is telling us that, again, it's not quite time yet, and the details of what we've been asked for are being worked out, not only for our highest good, but for the greatest good of all concerned. Now, the challenge for us in this period is especially going into the slow down with Mercury retrograde, is to keep trusting. When on the surface, nothing much appears to be happening, but underneath, there are so many divine connections being made. Our advice is to have patience and to trust the great mystery of the universe. Trust it. Things may not be happening to our expected timelines, but it's being divinely orchestrated to occur better than we can possibly ever imagine. The second card coming out, and it just gave me a giggle, was trust the timing. And, the Posse of Angels is giggling because the two things that they admit that they don't know anything about is really time and money, because there is no time across the veil. There only is 0 point energy, and it's 0 point and everything occurring just in this present moment. And of course, money, because everything comes from God, source creator, doesn't come from money. But the time is an illusion. And time, they're saying, is not running out for anybody. Remember that what is gifted and what is meant for you will always be yours. You're not in competition with anyone for what is divinely meant for you. You're never too late. You're never too old to answer a calling. You're never too anything. I love the waves in this card. And the Posse of Angels is reminding us that the tides of our lives are perfected to roll in and roll out when they are divinely meant to. If we're impatient and we jump in and jump on anything that was instead of the perfect wave, if we just want something to happen and we push something, it might take us somewhere but that somewhere will be more like a compromise than a miraculous gift from God for us. Again, you have not missed out on anything. To help us, well, it's advisable to take a breath. When you feel like you can't wait, then stop waiting. The Posse of Angels and I have always said, go and create something. Go and create something because you're abundant. And take a breath, or take 2 breaths, or take 2 or more breaths, and trust. Trust that the seas of your life, even if the waters are completely flat now with no movement, trust and have faith that the season that you are in is perfection for your journey. And that before you know it, truly, the winds of and the breath of God's source creator will blow that wind into your sails to get you moving in the direction of your desires, your intentions, and your wishes. I love those cards. Okay, so the next deck that they instructed me to go to was, was this. Because this is the above or heaven, let's go down to earth with our salt and sea and energy. As above, so below. With all of this talk of tides and waves, I felt like a good old walk to ground ourselves along the beach, and went to my salt and sea energy deck. So before I chose a card, the Posse of Angels showed me. They showed me a ship out at sea without a breath of wind to fill its sails. So it was made to sit there, flat, float, until the breath of God filled the sails and set the ship to move. Each one of us is now being prepared at this moment to go on the journey of our lifetime. Each one of us, whether you believe this or not, some of us have been waiting for eons and eons of time for this very moment. And our first card is Driftwood. I love that. It's sharing that it's time to trust where the universe is taking us. For we are in uncharted waters, never before experienced by any collective on this planet, because the vibrational frequency simply wasn't of the elevated consciousness that it is now for all of these things of dark and evil intent to be revealed and to be disclosed. And we must all, and the universe is guiding us to our soul's purpose. Like driftwood, doesn't hold on to anything, but do not fight, control, or resist at this stage. But be like this driftwood and allow the tides of life to take you to those uncharted destinations. And you just might be surprised by surrendering, releasing, and letting go where your treasure awaits your arrival. And we do this by letting go. Co-creating with God's source creator and our angels and spirit guides. The second card was even more confirmation with trust. Trust the timing, and that time, with this card about trusting. And for those who are wondering how to get to their soul's purpose, Compass is assuring us that we are blessed at this time, as always, with divine guidance, the only compass that we will ever need. But the difference is, with our elevated consciousness, we know that we are being divinely led. Remember that all through your life, when you're operating at when we, because I was in there as well, we were operating at a lower frequency, a lower state of consciousness. We had spirit guides that journeyed with us. And now that you've elevated your consciousness, you're going through a changing of the guards, a changing of your angels, a changing of your spirit guides. There are some that stay with you throughout your lifetime, but for the most part, because you've changed, your spirit guides and your angels are changing too. The posse of angels is showing me a ship that has been guided for a long time by a crew selected for a particular voyage. And now there's a changing of the guard with an elevated crew of higher consciousness to reflect your higher elevated consciousness. And they're coming in to help guide the ship of your life now. So if you're feeling like you're not getting the same psychic hits, if you're feeling like it's in a void where these messages aren't coming in, it could be that the crew of your ship is now changing in order to be a reflection of your higher consciousness. Don't rush them. Allow them to assemble, and like a good compass, they will point you in the right direction. The next card that comes in, so that was from our Salt and Sea deck, and then they had me go to this lovely deck, which I haven't used for a while, excuse me, Oracle of Mystical Moments, which is just a precious deck. And this card came out. No, the first one, there were two cards. The first card that came out was the Observer, and I just love this. Another confirmation. It's a 50 card, which is 5, the number of change. And that is what so many are anticipating as individuals and as a conscious collective, that change is coming. In this card, we see a woman. She's observing the landscape. She's waiting for the perfect shot, peaceful and quiet. She has the patience to remain focused on her wishes, on her intentions and dreams. But she's just not waiting. What she's doing is she's creating photography while she's waiting, which are represented. Her dreams and intentions are all represented by those dandelion thistles, which are over her head, and not having settled anywhere as yet. But she has the strength to remain calm, remaining in the present moment, and she doesn't allow anything to distract her from her resolute faith in knowing that her dreams and intentions and wishes are coming in. And when I saw the next card that came in, I giggled again because it shows more dandelion thistles. And it's the card 45 of New Directions. The 9 is you're close. You're not there quite yet, but you're close. So hang in there. I gasped as I saw those dandelion thistles. With its message of departures, new perspectives, and goodbyes. This card represents the transition that will happen as we go from a time of trust and waiting to then presented with that opportunity and offer information that will have us saying goodbye to our own lives. You may be saying goodbye to where you live, moving to a new location, saying bye to an old job, stepping into a new career, stepping into a new offer, stepping into new relationships, stepping into being with our new soul tribe. It takes courage to change directions in our life and go in the direction of our intentions and dreams and fly to something new. But if we have the courage to do so, like this little fellow here who just hangs on to his wishes and off he flies, it's amazing where it will take us. Let's go to my tarot cards and see what comes out. I am using my Angel Healing House tarot deck. I have heard from many of my clients over the past, ever since the end of March, really, that they've seemed the first 2 weeks of April like they've been in a void. That's the way they're describing it. That messages from their angels and their spirit guides is like crickets. Where did you go? You're not anywhere around here. And it seems to be just a void of silence. This is getting us ready. And along with Mercury retrograde coming up, to the things that are, it's creating that space and that void for us to get ready for those new things on the horizon. Now, the eclipse that's happening on the 20th, it eclipses things out of our life to create space for those eclipses to eclipse things into our lives. That because it's Saturn sextiling the North Node, it is those things of karma that will take us in the direction of our destined, fated, karmic paths. And hold on, because for many of us, our life is about to explode and change exponentially. So, yes, have our intentions, wishes, and dreams, but let go as to the how and the when of them, needing to be created. Okay, one more, and 1, 2, 3. First card coming out for us is the waiting card. Is the Hanged Man. Oh, this is the card of suspension. Suspension, that's it. It's the card of seeing things from a different perspective, and the waiting is a time of reordering our lives. So I've said to several clients, if you think you're moving, and if your intuition tells you to do that, one of the most extraordinary things you can do is to start packing up your house. Yeah, I mean, not packing up those things that, you use every day, or those things that you really need, but there's a lot of surplus things that can be packed up and put away. This shows the universe that, hey, I'm not just waiting, but I'm being proactive, and I'm visualizing where I'm going to live. And don't worry, we're not competing with anybody. Your idea of where you're going to live may be different from my idea. Some people love to live in the mountains. Some people love to live in the desert. Some people love to live, by the ocean. Some people like to live in cities. What you envisage for yourself, we're as different as our fingerprints. Each one of us is as individualized as a snowflake. And to re-edit, re-envision our lives. What do we truly wish? And this time of suspension is helping us. So just like Gabriel the mouse there, take a good look at yourself. Look at your life and say, maybe your life is perfect, but for those who would like to tweak their lives, visualize and imagine, what do I want to bring into my reality? Because there's nothing more important than your mind and your thoughts, especially when you co-create with God, Source Creator, and your angels. The next card, finishing up a karmic cycle. That's what the world is showing us, and handing us the laurel wreath, because for many of us, it's not just these 3 years of living through these tyrannical, unconstitutional edicts and pushing what was not safe and harmful on us. It goes back goes back further to that time that we awakened and we lived through those karmic cycles of holding the light and holding the love for the planet. And now the rewards come in. It's that simple. Things that are going to be offered to us, which are going to fill our hearts with so much joy. They're going to enlighten and light up the new path for us to start again. Because the world card is not only a card of completion, it's a card of beginning something new. Next card is the trust card. Now this is very much like the Hanged Man, in that what you choose, just like this lady in my card, the design that I designed for her is that she is looking. She is a beautiful lady. See here, she's dressed beautifully, but her mind is going towards what is tattered, what is disheveled, what is not right. They want you to trust the universe that where you're being taken will be perfection for your soul's journey. And I always call this, when I teach tarot, I always call this the Trust the Universe card. Because the universe knows you better than you know yourself. And it's often in retrospect when we have been disheartened in despair that we look back and we say, thank goodness I was held back, or thank goodness this didn't happen, because it wouldn't have happened as extraordinarily if I wasn't meant to wait until a certain time. Next card is the Nine of Wands. Now, this card is, yes, it is the card of the wounded, not the wounded warrior, but, he's been through many battles. He's got a cast on his leg. He's got a bandage around his head, but it doesn't stop him from creating. It doesn't stop him from making music. And during this time of Mercury retrograde coming up, the 21st to May 14th, I believe it is, and we're in the pre-shadow phase, is to find ways that you can be creatively expressive. Don't just wait. And fill your life with joy, and by reviewing your life. And don't just review the things that didn't work out. Review and bless those things that didn't work out, because everything there is there for our highest good and for the greatest good of all concerned. So he certainly doesn't look unhappy that he's been perhaps held back. Next card is the Six of Cups. The first thing I heard was this. Yes, it is a card of nostalgia. It's a card of children. It's a card of sentimentality. But this is karma. This is things from the past, maybe even in a past life, coming back to help us now, handing us this full cup, blessed by those angels in the background, and that will fulfill our wishes and desires. And they're saying ways that we could never have possibly imagined as to how they're going to be orchestrated. Next card. Oh, this is a lovely card. The Four of Cups. I always call this blessing the gift from God, the unseen, unexpected gift from God. In my card, this gentleman is looking at his treasure chest, and he's forlorn because the last cup is not there. But all he needs to do is look towards the ocean, and the mermaid saying, "Hi, I found your cup." So this is for us to not look at what has not worked out in our lives, but keep our eyes peeled to things working out better than we possibly could ever expect, because the universe truly desires what each and every one of us desire. And they're saying that these things that are coming in for many are going to absolutely blow our minds as to how the universe orchestrated this to divinely come in for us. How many more? They're saying 2. This will rain down abundance on many of us because we've given so much of ourselves to light, to people, to holding that vibrational frequency. The rewards are coming in. The karmic rewards are coming in. And for many of us, there'll be the financial support that all we need to do is to open our hands up to receive it. And it's just such an amazing time. The eclipses will certainly, kaboom, open up space and bring in, eclipse things into our lives to help us with abundance. And the last card is Temperance, is things balancing out divinely for us. The rainbow is our wishes coming true. The flow is in our life. They do want to say something about the flow. Don't worry. Don't worry that when this flow starts to come in, that it will ever stop. And don't default back into, oh yeah, well, it's open now, but that doesn't mean it'll always remain open, because it will always remain open depending on your vibrational frequency. If you do believe that you're in the flow, then you will always be in the flow. But you have to feel that and really, truly embrace that in your heart, not just say it as an affirmation. So, the posse of angels are saying the angels are alchemically mixing all of these things during this time of suspension to create something so very magical. And that's why looking under the deck is the Nine of Cups as our wish is coming true. Your wish is my command, says my genie. And those fairies are now in flight, bringing us the fulfillment in all of those cups. So I hope all of that has been helpful for you. Do remember that I also have Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio Show every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And along with channeled information in the first part of the show, you can call in for free mini angel reading. So I would love to hear from you then. If you'd like to book any of my services, please go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, and that contains all of my information about my #1 Amazon International best-selling books. Also, those books, which are also available on Amazon, are in print and ebook, and many people may not know they're also available with me as the narrator with professional voiceover actors on audible.com. Absolutely beautifully produced audiobooks of my novels. There's the MP3 of my Guided Angel Meditation CD, Letting Go of Concerns and Living in the Now. That's only $11.11 exclusively available on my angelhealinghouse.com website. And go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love. And as always, angel blessings. And I do look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.